Do you have anything you want to tell Papa, George?
I'll miss you guys. You want us to call you like when you get back home?
But we'll call you. How's that?
Good.
Because I don't know when I'm gonna get back home. We'll let you know,
Okay.
okay? It'll be 2 or 3 days.
Okay. Well, are you guys gonna like sleep somewhere in the
Yeah,
car?
we're gonna get a motel room on the way home.
But they're going
Safe.
to
We will.
they're going to take a little longer, I think, this time going back. Okay.
Yeah, we're not as mean as we need to be.
You guys aren't mean.
No, we're not tough. We can't do 2 10-hour days right behind each other. Doesn't work well for us on the highway.
Yeah.
So we have to stop and rest and eat and pamper ourselves a little bit and then get up and try it again.
Yeah.
We're headed for Little Rock tomorrow.
I have a question. If lightning is in the sky and a plane flies into it, and there's lightning in the sky and a plane flies by it, and instead of like outside, does the plane have to go to another airport where they tell them instead to airport, why here? Do they have to tell them you have to go to another airport where it's more safe?
Oh, when there's a storm at the airport?
No, yeah, yes, sir. Because if there's a storm at the airport, and the plane's heading towards that way, it's almost there. They just tell them go to another airport.
A lot of times they will, yeah. They have something that goes on in a storm called wind shear. Wind shear is a sudden burst of wind coming down out of a cloud. It's just a sheer force of wind coming down. And if a plane gets caught in it, they can't overcome. And it pushes the plane to the ground and crashes. So when they have a thunderstorm going on in an airport, they'll divert planes to a different airport to get them away from that storm.
Like, and then I was there here in St. Louis at the airport here in St. Louis.
Right.
Oh, so would it be in just what airport would the storm that at?
I don't know. What airports are around here?
It had to be Lambert. Chesterfield is a small private airport.
It'd be what, honey?
Lambert, out there by Boeing.
They must have had to fly somewhere else in the meantime if there's a storm here.
Yeah.
And they must have to fly out of state and come back.
Right.
They must fly somewhere out of state for they probably say to the people there's a delay, we have to fly all around until the storm we'll head back as soon as the storm is over.
I could see them diverting planes out of here out of Lambert in the case of a storm, or they might send them to Indianapolis and sit down on the ground and wait for the storm and then come back in the air and come here to deliver their passengers. You know, it's a diverted flight that the passengers can't help, nor can the airlines. Occasionally it happens. Not very often, but it does happen.
Oh, I have a question. When Air Force One, just like in the sky, and Air Force One's flying in the middle of the line, do they have to go somewhere where the line is not at?
Yeah.
Is Air Force One a faster plane than all other planes?
No?
Does
Not
it go
necessarily.
a little bit slower?
I don't know, but I know it's engineered, and the engines on it are just like commercial aircraft. They have the same engine, so it's not gonna go faster or slower than any other, whatever that is. You know. The new one that's coming out, the new Air Force One, has 4 engines on it versus the Air Force One now has 2 engines on it. So it's got more horsepower and probably will fly faster.
Do they have to do a lot of testing on it before they can have it for precedent?
Oh, I'm sure, yeah.
Since it's gonna be new and it's gonna be new and they're replacing the Air Force Ones there.
Yes, yeah, they're gonna test the hell out of it.
Is it gonna be for a couple of months?
I don't know, however long it takes to satisfy the engineers that it's right. It has to be right in every aspect, everything.
It'd be bad if they retired the 2 Air Force Ones and the new Air Force Ones didn't wear And they found out in that way very bad. And I don't know if they would probably have to leave them at the White House until the plane could be ready, so. But hopefully that doesn't happen, that's not.
Hope it doesn't. Yeah, I wouldn't want something to happen to Biden on an aircraft or anybody else, you know, that's don't wish death on anybody. So, we just live with it, that's what we gotta do.
Yeah. I sure hope Biden goes out of office after this 4 years.
I agree. I think next November, next year, will be a turning point. That's when we decide, is our Congress and our Senate gonna be majority Republican or majority Democratic? Which is it going to be? And people are gonna vote for their representatives in Congress and for their senators. Senators come up for election every 6 years, and congressmen come up for re-election every 2 years.
So, is that, so I will, not be able to vote until 2024. But I'm 18 in December 2022, but I can't vote November 2022 because I'm 18 years old. So do you have to be 18 to vote?
What is the voting age now, Matt or Rebecca?
18.
Is it 18? Okay. No, you won't vote.
Okay.
Your sister will.
Kristen, are you gonna vote, sweetie?
Have you registered to vote?
No.
Oh, she's already voted.
Oh,
And I
last
just-
year?
Yes, and I received your registration voting card in the other day.
Okay, so you're good to go.
Yeah.
I had to vote in 2024, which I'm going to because I have to. And I have to, but I want to.
I understand.
That'd be
Because
something.
I need to get Biden. We need a lot of votes to get Biden out of office, and Trump or whoever is Republican in office.
Right. Somebody's got to replace Biden.
And Kamala.
Yeah, amen.
I really don't care who I vote for.
And it
I
has
don't
to.
care, but like,
We need.
I just
Do
don't
you
know
think
anybody.
Trump? Right? I don't.
Wait,
I'm not
who
sure.
is this voting for? Like, this for governors? It's not. I thought you don't vote until like in 24 when.
Well, it's the what's it called?
Wait, what is this?
Is it pre something?
Is that the primary or something?
What's it called? Every year, 2022, before, it's called the pre-election. What's it called?
Primary?
Primary. That's what it said.
The primary election.
You don't have to vote in the primary if you don't want to.
Yeah.
Once you vote in the primary, you become obligated to a political party. If you vote Republican in the primary, you're a Republican voter at the actual election time. If you're Democratic voter in the primary, you're a Democrat going into the election time. So your grandmother and I typically don't vote in the primaries. We go and vote in the final vote because there may be some independents in there that I want to vote for that I couldn't vote for if I were pre-decided as Republican or Democratic. So we don't do the primary. Isn't that fun? I thought it was. Sounds like a pain in the neck, doesn't it?
Yeah. And they're gonna go to vote. I'm gonna vote for myself when I run for president at the election.
There you go. That's the thing to do.
Yeah, did Trump vote for himself or did he?
I'm sure he did.
You vote for yourself? Why do you vote for yourself?
What?
Why do you vote for yourself?
Who else you gonna vote for?
Oh, true. Well, just don't vote at all.
Well, I have to vote for myself because I'm gonna be president.
There you go.
I'm just
Yeah,
saying.
but
I don't know.
election.
I didn't think presidents vote for. I didn't know.
Well,